What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Hello for another off-the-cuff fun time. It's been a little bit, about a week. I told you it's going to be, there's no real schedule here. Just and when I have an opportunity to hang out, I've been super busy. Hopefully, you guys have been busy too. It has been nuts. Been nuts. Been traveling a lot of places, doing a lot of things for work. Which, once again, I know a lot of you guys, what are you doing, Craig? I'll be able to tell you sooner than later. Probably April is when I think I'll be able to tell you guys what I've been working on. So, look, I know it seemed like a while ago. It was like September when I stopped doing this stuff. But I said it would be April, and it's looking like it's April. So, a couple more months. So, hang tight. Almost there. Appreciate your patience. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, man, I got to be honest. I've been waiting for an opportunity to do a video like this, and I've been thinking about it for like the better part of a couple days, and it's really just been gnawing at me. Just how crazy things are. First off, before I get into that, I want to let you know that my football picks last week, I was 1 for 2. I believe I picked the Rams to advance, but I certainly as hell did not pick the Bengals. I'll tell you what happened. I was helping my parents, and I was over at their house doing some stuff, which I'll get to in a little bit, but. I was over there and I looked at my phone and I saw the Bengals were down 21-3. And I was like, well, there goes that season. And I didn't even check it till later. And I was like, and then I checked it, I don't know, a couple hours later. I was like, 21-21. Holy crap. So to see the Bengals advance was pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty amazing to see Joe Burrow essentially, like I would say like a rookie +1. He's essentially still in his rookie season, but I know he's in year 2, but to see what they've done, the Bengals of all teams, the Bengals, that's crazy and very, very cool. I've always thought their jerseys looked like trash. I've never been a big Bengals guy, but it's interesting to see, it's time to put a little respect on that name, respect on them Bengals. But by the way, did they steal the Who Dat thing? From the Saints? Didn't they Who Dat Saints? Who Dat Saints? I feel like they stole that. But now aren't they using the Who Dat thing? I don't know. I don't know enough about Cincinnati Bengals culture, so I'm just going to leave it there. But Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks. Hopefully I'll see it before then and I'll be able to give you my picks. If not, I'll post it on the community tab or something. Man, I'll tell you what. It has been a crazy couple weeks for me. Like I said, I've been busy, but I've just been observing from a distance. And I've had some firsthand account or secondhand accounts of some things. And I'll tell you what I'm over. The title of this video is I'm over it. And I'm over it. I am embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I have a degree in journalism. Looking at the state of things today, and I don't, you're like, when are you going to bring back Evil Craig? This is the closest you're going to get to Evil Craig, right? I'm not going to be all mad about it, but I'm more sad. I'm sad and I'm embarrassed about the state of journalism today. I went to school and I was taught that you report down the middle. That is how you report. There is no left. There is no right. You report the facts and that is it. You never become a part of the story. And to see where the media world has gone in the last 20 years, trying to keep up with the internet, because really the internet is what spawned this, right? The idea of me, me, me. Oh, I got my phone. It's all about me. It's all about me. Click, click, clack. And then putting ESPN started with First Take and all these different shows, PTI, where it was the personalities talking about news and it's entertainment, not news. We're just presenting our thoughts on the news and things like that. But to see how much things can be spun and are spun by journalists today, left, right, and everywhere in between, is just sickening to me. And like I said, it's embarrassing to see things like this trucker convoy happening in Canada, and to see people talking about how evil these truckers are and how negative of an impact it has, and just totally shilling for the government is insane. I believe that, and this is me being totally naive, right? I believe that there are good people in the government. I believe there are good people that are firemen. I believe there are good people who are strippers. I believe there, in any walks of life, what I'm getting at, there are good people. There are also shitty people, right? Now, I do think that power goes to a lot of people's heads. And I do think that there's a trickle-down effect for a lot of things that are happening. But to see the way things are portrayed in the media today is so disheartening and crazy. I talked about the truckers, and I got to be honest. I said this in a community post a couple weeks ago, and some people were like, "Well, that's really bad of you." Look, I'm not anti-vax, right? I'm anti-mandate. I've said that publicly. I don't care if you disagree with me. If you disagree with me, awesome. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. All right. I don't think that anybody should tell you what you should put in your body, especially something that is as unproven long term as what we're going through right now. That's just me. And I know that I'm not alone. And these truckers up in Canada, they feel the same way, and they're doing something about it. People say, "Well, you don't like YouTube. Why don't you start your own YouTube?" Right? Well, the truckers are starting their own YouTube. They're trying to do something about it, right? And I appreciate anybody who's willing to take action about that. And that's the one thing that you hear over and over again. People have these causes. They say, "Oh, well, I support BLM. I support women's rights. I support Donald Trump," right? Whatever it is, I don't care what you support. What have you done about it? What have you done about it besides tweeted and complained and got upset about things and told people that they're bad people because they don't agree with you, because they don't like Trump, because they don't like Biden, because they are anti-mandate, right? What have you done besides just been miserable? Because that's really all it comes down to. What have you done? And that's a question for everybody. And I'm asking literally everybody. Look, I think of all you guys who watch my stuff as friends, right? You guys are my buddies. You guys have been with me for a long time. You guys have known me. I think over the last 15 years, you guys have a pretty good understanding of where I stand in my career, in my life. You guys have got to know me, and my track record is there, right? I think that I am totally great with whatever you want to believe, however you want to live, as long as you don't tell me how I should be living mine. I think that's a pretty simple standard way of life. But if you're that miserable that you feel you need to tell people how they should live, that's sad. Like, that's so sad. That's sad for you, and I'm sad for you. Like, you're miserable. Please admit it. But then, going back to the news perspective, you see the truckers. They're doing something about it. They have a belief. That's why there's this convoy of 20, 30, 40, 50,000, thousands of trucks and cars trying to make a change. They're doing something about it, right? Say it all the time. You want something, go get it. Guess what? They're going to get it, and I appreciate that. They're putting their balls on the table, man, and that's great. Someone who's not, talking about like being miserable about things, right? I touched on the Spotify thing with Joe Rogan a little bit ago, and I just want to touch on this even more. This is once again, this goes back to the media and how it's portrayed as, Joe Rogan speaking in misinformation about things. Really, all misinformation is that somebody got something wrong, right? Somebody may not be fully educated on something, or they may have a different opinion based off of what the common narrative is, right? There's so many examples of what misinformation was 6 months ago that is not misinformation now, right? If you watch Joe Rogan's response video, which these are not edited, so I'm not going to put it in there, but Joe Rogan's response video to the Spotify thing, he was, very, he was very to the point about things that were conspiracy theories or misinformation 6 months ago that are not now, right? And it's one of those things where if you were to look if you were to get upset and label something misinformation every time something was wrong, look, at Screw Attack, at Game Attack, in every single walks of life, people get things wrong, right? I personally don't think Joe Rogan is going out of his way to spew in misinformation, to kill people. I don't think that's the case, right? I think it's you go into an entertainment product. And once again, if you're going to Joe Rogan for your news, or you go to anybody for your news, except specifically medical advice, except for your doctor, you're doing it wrong. I'm just going to be honest with you. But to see how people have skewed this, and you got Neil Young, who, look, I'm not the first to point this out, and I won't be the last, but you have a guy who was anti-establishment his entire career. Neil Young was anti-establishment his entire career. And now he's about as establishment as it comes. He made his money being anti-establishment. Now, the sad part about it is that when he is dead, when he dies, you're going to look back on his career and see he's just a total sellout. Everything he talked about in his early days, in the 70s, and anti this and that, What was it for? Because Joe Rogan has a different opinion because he's talking to different people? I mean, that's crazy. It's crazy to me that we're so scared of hearing different opinions, that we're at the point to where we don't think people can make up their own mind, that people aren't intelligent enough to come up with their own line of thinking. And that to me is crazy. You're smart. You're a smart person. I believe that you're smart and can decipher working with experts in the field, right? Once again, your doctor, whatever, your sports trainer, your whatever, right? And hey, by the way, I just want to point this out. Doctors have got things wrong. Should we put a misinformation sign at the front of the hospital because somebody's died at the hospital because they were misdiagnosed? I mean, it's very clearly misinformation that was given to somebody and they died. I mean, this happens at hospitals every day. So should we be labeling these things? I mean, this is a legit question. I don't know. Question for you. Should we do that? Where does it stop? When do we need to stop putting warning labels in front of Disney Plus shows? You know, I think back to when I first heard about kind of this cultural shift. And for me, it goes back, very few of you will remember this, but there was an episode of Side Scrollers where Chad was telling me about a Taco Tuesday at a university where people tried to shut it down because it was cultural appropriation. And I still can't wrap my head around it. And at the time I can't now. Just the idea that like, well, we're going to serve you tacos and that's bad. How does anybody grow if they don't taste other cultures, right? They don't experience other cultures. They don't feel other cultures. How does that happen? You'd be pretty damn vanilla if that's the case, you know? I don't know if you guys saw my brother, you know, I mentioned being anti-mandate, right? Once again, not anti-vax. If you want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. I don't care. You do you. Like I said, it goes back to the principle. I've been very consistent on this. I don't care how you live your life as long as you don't tell me how to live mine. So my brother played at the anti-mandate rally up in Washington, D.C. And this goes back to, once again, I'm over it. Because the response from the media from this made it sound like these were anti-vax, crazy, loony people, when in reality, there were people that were on the left, on the right, black, white, Latino, and everywhere else in between, doctors, farmers, probably there was BLM people there. Like literally every walk of life was there. And they were all labeled as anti-vax, which was not the case. Like my brother played music on the same steps that Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech on. That's incredible. He played in front of 40, 50,000 people. And I am so proud of that. I think that is amazing. And it goes back to, what are you doing about it? Right? My brother's doing something about it. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Whether you agree with the message or not, you know? And I think that's the beautiful thing about it, right? Whether you agree with it or not. If you disagree and you think that everybody should have a face mask on and get the jab, awesome. That's great. I don't care. Let's have a conversation about it. Until you feel that, until you tell me that I need to do it, I don't care. I don't care. So look, there you go. We're 14 minutes into this thing. Before we wrap up, I just want to tell you the best thing going on in my life right now, because this has been a lot of like, I don't get it type of thing. That's really what this comes down to, is I don't get what's happening in the world right now. Please help me. And the thing is, I know that I'm not alone, and I know that you know that you're not alone. And there's a lot more of us who are looking out there going, this is insane. Like, when are the adults going to step up and be like, hey, it's time for the adults to take over now. You kids, go sit at the kids' table, right? But that's been a lot of this video. So I just want to share with you guys kind of the best thing that's going on in my life right now. My parents are moving. I'm really, really happy about that. My parents are moving to another house. I was able to help them in getting that house. And that's really a point of pride for me, and putting my parents in a better place. So, I wanted to end this video on a high. I thought it's been really neat. It's been awesome to see the entire family come together to help out my parents who have generously helped us out literally our entire lives. My parents have done everything. They've taught me everything that I need to know in life, which I think what a good parent should do. They give you the basics, the fundamentals, and to where you can make your own decision. And I've always felt that the parents help out the kids to where eventually the kids help out the parents. And fortunately, in our life, we're in a situation where we can help out my parents, and I'm really proud that our family has been able to do that. So I want to hear what the best thing is going on in your life. I know that this is a lot of like I don't know and complaining and stuff. But I hadn't talked to you guys in a while, and those are things that are on my mind, which is what this is going to be. So please tell me the best thing that's happening in your life down in the comments. I would love that. And also, if you could, please spare a drag of your mouse up to the thumbs up button and hit that, or hit your thumb on the thumbs up button, thumb to thumb, baby, make it work, and hit the thumbs up button because that's good on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys taking a few minutes. I know that these videos are rambly and stuff, but at the end of the day, I like catching up with you guys, and I do catch up with you guys in the comments. So please put them down there and tell me all the things that are going on in your life, because that's what this is about. Games are fun, but we're people more than anything else. So guys, have a great day. Remember, people are going to try to bring you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal? Go get it. I'll see you guys later.